I'm gonna be honest, I came for this game for the sexy rabbit man, and I am never beating the furry allegations. Oh, where is it? I could have sworn it was over here. Somewhere. You continue down the sidewalk, turning your head every which way as you continue to look for it. It's been a while since you've last been here, though, and it's very easy to get turned around. Especially now, as the sun begins to set and the buildings become aglow with familiar red lights. It makes everything begin to blend in together, and you're almost certain you've gone in at least one circle. Now. A pretty thing like you shouldn't be wandering around a place like this alone. You turn around behind you expectantly, and he slides into view. That's what you said the first time I came here. Guilty as charged. You stare up at the rabbit. He was exactly who you needed to run into. Lucky you. I'm glad to see you around here again. You really scared me, you know? Here I sat, thinking I'd probably never see you again. And that'd be a shame. 'Cause I really enjoyed our time together. Aw, you really miss little old me? I'm surprised. What, with how many people fawn over you as soon as you step into the room? You flatter me. What brings you back here anyway? Could it be you were missing being my honey bunny? Well, actually, you see, I realized I forgot something a while ago and have been going crazy retracing my steps to try and find it. You didn't happen to see a pearl necklace without an owner anywhere in your club, did you? It's really important to me. I need to get it back. You know, can't say I recall, but it's more than possible you left it behind. Here, come with me. We'll go looking for it together. Oh, would you? That'd be such a huge help. Thank you. Of course. Don't you worry about it. Besides, it'll give us some time to catch up. I had a feeling you might say something like that. You step aside and allow him to lead the way. It brings forth the memories of when you first arrived in the city and when you first met the very rabbit beside you. He invited you out to a local nightclub for a fun time. Unbeknownst to you at the time, he was the owner of said club. He takes you down a few twists and turns, the area becoming all the more familiar the closer you get. Until at last, he stops right before the entrance. You look up at the glowing, vibrant sign. It's a lucky rabbit. Neat. With a name like that, you probably should have guessed he ran the thing. But you just weren't thinking. Clearly weren't thinking, given that you lost such an important item to you. You hope, at least, that you're able to find it somewhere inside these doors. Playboy steps ahead of you, about to open the door for you. But before he's able to, the door opens on its own, and two other women step out. Maggie, Mary, my girls! Playboy enthusiastically greets the two, even pulling them in for a small group hug. Where are you going? The night hasn't even started yet. Mary started feeling a bit overstimulated. So we thought we'd get some fresh air for now. We'll be back later. We're just gonna go chillax for a while. The woman with the red hair, Mary, is looking at you a bit strangely. You wonder briefly if you should say something, but before you get the chance to. Alright, girls. I'll see you later. Be good. The two of them continue on their way out. You open your mouth to ask, Baby! He's been called over by one of them. Hold on, Nina. I'll be right with you. Yeah? You watch from a distance as Mary grabs Playboy's hands. They clearly talk about something, but with the distance between you and the noise of the city, it's impossible to hear. They don't talk for very long. And once their conversation is over, Playboy returns to your side. girlfriends of yours? Just friends. That's so. I didn't know it was possible for you to have friends without them benefiting you in some way. The benefit is that I get to have 2 friends. Why do you think so lowly of me? Gee, I wonder why. Wouldn't work out anyways. Those girls don't exactly like to have fun. Not the way I do, anyhow. I think I know enough about what's fun for you, bunny boy. After a bit of banter, the 2 of you finally step inside the nightclub together. Funky. The club is just as you remember it being. Energetic and lively, but still with an air of class to it that makes you feel like you're just a tad bit fancy even being in here. It's already full of people who are up and dancing their cares away. Did you miss this place? Playboy attempts to talk over the music. I know we're supposed to go looking for your necklace and all. How's about we grab a drink first? My treat. Well, if it's your treat, then how could I refuse? You follow Playboy up to the bar and take a seat beside him on the velvet stools. Within a few moments, the bartender appears before you. She's a red fox, much like yourself. She greets the both of you, though you can tell she's a bit more focused on Playboy than on you. Still, she turns to you with a smile. What can I get for you this evening, sweetheart? Well, what's it gonna be? Oh, Bloody Fairy, Cosmopolitan, Margarita, Daiquiri, Martini? Whiskey sour, just water spot. You know! Well, a martini's not bad. A daiquiri, margarita, cosmopolitan. I guess it's a Bloody Mary. A Bloody Mary is not bad. I would like a Bloody Fairy. After you place your order, Playboy follows suit. Martini, the way I like it. Of course. I'll get it for you right away. Thank you, gorgeous. You always know how to keep me happy. You watch for a moment as the bartender begins to prepare his drink. The shaking of the cup provides an oddly pleasing sound. Yeah? You turn back to Playboy for a moment. You have a bit of a type, don't you? What? Are you saying you don't have a thing for foxy girls? I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't, bunny boy. The bartender returns with your drinks, and you thank her as she passes them over to you. Man, he's hot! You look over to Playboy, who took no hesitation in putting the glass to his lips. He's turned away from the bar, and he faces the dance floor, seemingly people watching as he drinks. Drinks good? Incomparable. You know, I think I remember you getting that when I was first here too. Do you drink every night? We all have our vices. I remember you having more than a few drinks over the course of your stay. You got any others? Vices, I mean. Well, that depends on what you mean by it. How about smoking? You smoke at all? Yeah, I've got some cigars I wouldn't mind sharing. Yeah, I smoke. Really? Not all the time, but I do. You gotta start coughing on me when I pass you one? Hey, don't underestimate me. Alright, aside from that, you know, I don't remember. Was there any other substances that you like? Because if you want, let's just say I've got some connections. We can make a real party of things, you know? Oh man, I am clean. But like, that's the problem of being an addict. Like, I would say that I love him. But at the same time, I know, you know, I should refuse to answer. I should. Oh my god. But I love it. But no. Oh. God. I refuse to answer. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'd say it matters a little bit. Gotta know what I'm getting if I decide to get us stuff. But it's fine. We don't got it. Just thought it might add a bit more spice to the evening. I came to look for my necklace, but it sounds like you're trying to paint the town red. Can you blame me? I still think about the night we met. Walked into town looking like a straight dime, looking for a good time. And I only really got a brief taste of you before you up and disappeared on me. Real cruel thing of you to do, sweetheart. Leaving me out here all high and dry. Oh, please. As if people aren't constantly throwing themselves at you. I remember you kissing a guy while we were heading to the VIP room. And kissing another girl as soon as we stepped inside. So pardon me if I have trouble believing you missed little old me as much. Of course I missed you. You got something real special going on, Nina. Right. And how many people have you told that to? I'm serious. Never had a lover I didn't think was special. They've always been so beautiful, you know? And I'm not just talking about a pretty face. I don't get attached if I don't like what's on the inside. And you're not any different from that. Am I so wrong for wanting to enjoy your company again? For wanting to relive some of the fun we had before you left? I've been dreaming of it ever since. So, you're not gonna let me down, are you, dream girl? Well, I suppose when you put it like that, it is a little sweet. A little. There's a pause in the conversation. You take notice as Playboy eyes you up and down, glass pressed to his lips. When he's finished drinking, he asks you, "You exercise often?" What do you ask? Just curious. Well, quite regularly these days. Yeah, thought so. Those legs of yours don't lie. My eyes are up here, bunny boy. The conversation tapers off from here. You sip your drink as Playboy looks back into the crowd of people. Your gaze follows suit. There's an energetic song playing, and plenty of people are dancing on the dance floor. The movements are lively and intense, and if they were about 30% more drunk, they'd probably be knocking each over. It's a bit fun to watch. So? Huh? You want to dance? Yeah, let's hit it! You know it. Now that's what I like to hear. You hop out of your seat and abandon your drink at the bar, letting the bartender take away what little you had left to go clean the glass. Swiftly, you make your way over towards the dance floor, music already beginning to move you before you made it all the way there. You brush past a few groups of people as you move to take center stage. No one's really paying attention to you, but being in the middle of the dance floor just feels right. You allow your mind to space out, almost forgetting the reason for your return, lost in the music and swaying of your hips. It isn't long before Playboy is at your side, dancing along with you. His moves are simple and understated, but he seems to be enjoying himself all the same. For the most part, you just dance side by side, moving separately but together. But every now and again, your moves align in a pleasant sync, creating a playful dance floor harmony. You must admit, it is rather fun when he gives you a twirl. The two of you continue to dance into the night, and you lose track of time in the midst of your enjoyment. But as to be expected, exhaustion begins to catch up to you. So before you're completely drained of energy, you signal to Playboy that you need to take a break, and he follows you off the dance floor. Not bad, sweetheart. I was getting worried you might have lost some of your spark in the time you were away. Who, me? Never. I just need to take a pause before I break a heel. No worries. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Been a while since I had a good dance like that. If you want, we can go look for that necklace of yours now. Oh, could we? That'd be perfect. Thank you so much. Anytime, pretty lady. Playboy starts walking through the club and towards the back of the building, where you remember the VIP sections being. You follow along behind him, wondering if you really will find the necklace back here after everything. It's a stretch, but it's better than not checking at all. Eventually, Playboy stops in front of the door. He pulls a keycard out from his jacket and unlocks it. Before you know it, you're back in the very familiar VIP room. You inhale deeply as you enter the room, noting the faint oriental notes of the scent of it. It brings back more memories than just seeing the room alone would provide. It looks mostly the same, but with a few things changed around since your last visit. And here we are. You're lucky it's got no reservations tonight, so you can search around freely. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I'm gonna check anyway, but do you really think I have a chance of finding it here? It's been so long since I was last here, and this area gets used by so many people. It's possible someone just picked up my necklace and ran off with it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a possibility. But we won't know for sure until we check, right? I guess. Here, a look on the right. Playboy! Sir! Where are you? Sorry, looks like I'm needed elsewhere. Yeah, I'll be back to help you look in a bit. Feel free to get started without me. Playboy struts past you to go find what you assume is an employee looking for him and closes the door behind him. You are alone in the room. Alright, if my necklace really is here, where might I have left it? Hover over the background and click on the highlighted spots. Yeah. Whoa, okay, that's subtle as hell. I'm gonna look at the clock. Clearly I left it in the clock. No way that's the right time. Is it? You reach up and poke the clock hand with your fingers. They follow whichever direction you push them in. Oh, set the clock to any specific time? No. Wait, I have a feeling that's a puzzle. Okay. Look at the plant. I guess? Just in case you check the plant. To your surprise, it's a real plant, not a plastic one. There's no sign of your necklace near it, though, and you're sure it's not packed in between all the dirt in the pot. You step away from the plant. Check here. Alcohols. More drinks line some shelves in the room. Wait, are there any numbers here? I see a 4. But aside from that, okay, wait, 7, 4. There doesn't seem to be any other number. I don't know if, like, next to the 4 is supposed to be a 9. I don't think it is. But, like, I think I might need to nab a screenshot of this. You have to wonder when too much is too much. Do most of these even get open? Regardless, your necklace isn't hidden among them. I have a feeling that's part of a puzzle. Possibly? You open up the cabinet in the room, cautiously eyeing each and every shelf. There's glasses in here to drink your drinks in, and a small shelf near the bottom seems to contain party games you remember playing. You carefully push the contents inside, not wanting to risk dropping or breaking anything. Just maybe you left your necklace in here somehow. Alas, the search is fruitless. You check the shelves inside multiple times just to be careful, but there's nothing even close to resembling your necklace in here. You close the cabinet again. Mirror? You look into the mirror. You strike a pose or two, and then do a simple twirl in front of it. Yep, still got it. The portrait. Mr. Clockworks! You look upon the bigger picture frame in the room. It seems to be like 3 o'clock. There's a painted portrait here of a figure you don't quite recognize. Maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe it's just artwork. And it certainly has nothing to do with your necklace. I should call him sometime. What's over here? You see a picture frame on the side table and pick it up to inspect it. Huh. You recognize the people in this picture. You shared a VIP room with them last time you were here. Unlike plenty of other guests, they didn't seem to have a thing going on with Playboy. You can't really recall their names though. Did they ever tell you? Putting the picture frame down, you check the side table drawer for your necklace. It's empty, aside from a corkscrew bottle opener. I'm gonna try keying in like 3 o'clock, yeah. Which time? 3 o'clock. You set the clock's hand to your desired time. Nope. Not really doing anything. I mean, maybe. You walk over to the couch and stick your arm between the cushion and the back of the couch. You dig around, hoping that the familiar shape of your necklace will make itself known to you. Alas, there's nothing behind but spare change and dust bunnies. Okay, I know that the other couch will probably end things, so let's look at the booze here. You take a cursory look at the bottle lodged in ice. Rosebud. Midnight wine, best enjoyed at noon. Still unopened. Not like you were expecting to find your necklace submerged in this thing anyway. What if I set it to noon? Yes. Which time? 12 o'clock. Okay. After a moment, the clock opens like a cabinet door. Huh? Wait, what's this? Behind the clock lies a wall-mounted keyboard. Is there a code meant to go here? What? Input code. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm going to need to refer to that image. I don't know if this will do it, but let's give it a try. What the hell? Huh? The mirror. You walk over to where the mirror once was. Stairs? Is there a basement in here? But why behind the mirror? Ah, crap! You felt a sharp pain in your body suddenly, and with it comes a heaviness in your whole being, like you're going to faint. The world around you becomes harder to perceive, the sight in front of you beginning to melt together until nothing is recognizable. Your arms fall slack at your sides, and your knees feel weak. And before you know it, you're out. Where? Why? Whose legs are those? Slowly, you open your eyes again. Those are some nice legs. You take a cursory look around you. The hell is this place? You feel cold metal underneath you. You must be laying on a table or a counter of some sort. You attempt to get up, but it appears you've been strapped down. Huh. These straps feel like they could be tighter. You could possibly wriggle your way out. But you're also not sure if you'll alert anyone in the process. What will you do? I will save the game and look to my left. You turn your head to the left. On a neighboring table is another young woman, but unlike yourself, she's very clearly dead. Oh, she is very dead! Holy! She's got a rough cut across her throat. No one's even bothered to clean her up, which leads you to assume she was killed and brought down here as soon as she was. But if that's the case, why bother even strapping her in? Maybe she's part of the puzzle. You turn your attention away from her. But, it's not like she can help you get out of here. Look to my right. You turn your head to your right. There's not much to look at this side other than a glass pane cabinet and some strange machines. It's big and bulky with lots of buttons and flashing lights. You have absolutely no idea what it could be used for or why it's down here. As for the cabinet, you're too far away to be able to see inside. You can only guess what its contents are. Okay, center of the room. I think the play here is to stay put, because clearly, I think we're only, moments away before, Playboy actually enters the room, so I'm gonna stay put. You decide to stay in place and not move. You take a deep breath as you try to keep yourself calm. You'll work this out. Somehow. Stay put. You lay your head back and look up towards the ceiling. You scan the perimeter and then drag your eyes across the center. It doesn't look like there's security cameras of any kind. It feels like there should be. Stay put. You take another deep breath to calm your nerves. As you do, you notice a scent in the room. It's faint, but it smells lightly of cleaner. Suddenly, you hear something. Footsteps. They're approaching the door. You hear a loud clunk as the handle of the door is grabbed. The door drags open. And who should be there to greet you but... Hey there, sweetheart. Gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting you to wake up so early. Figured I'd have a bit more time. Playboy? Care to explain yourself? Explain myself? It really is a shame. I have a lot of fun with you. I would have loved to take you out a bit more before we wound up here. Especially after I just got you back. Had some fun dates planned. We had such a good thing going on last time. Guess it's my fault for getting too excited to recreate it. Can you cut this out? What is this about? You really want to know? Alright, I'll just say it then. I see a lot of people. I like a lot of people. I date a lot of people. And then at a point, I take what's mine. And when it comes to you, well, you left me. And that makes you my ex. The whole thing with that is, I don't really do exes. Not unless I'm the one doing the exing. You dig? So, what? You're going to kill me? Is that it? Just wait here a little while longer, okay, honey bunny? Sit tight. Not like you really have a choice. Playboy walks up to your table and tightens the straps, seemingly extra careful. Just like that, Playboy is out the door. Well, shit! Now what are you gonna do? You know what? I want to see how this goes. I'm gonna stay put. You stay in place. Try to think about what you can do to get out. It's not helping you. Look to my left. You turn your head back towards the woman on the table beside you. Looking closer, you can see a button on the side of the table she's on. Could that be a way to open the straps? There's only one way to find out. You take note of where the button is on her table and hope it's the same as yours. You can't reach it with your hands, of course. But maybe you can wriggle your tail around to it. What? In a fortunate turn of events, you manage to reach the button with your tail. The restraints instantly retract into the table, and you hop to your feet. You're a bit wobbly at first, but quickly regain your composure. Alright, he could be coming back at any moment. There's no time to waste. It's time to make your escape. Clicking and dragging on the back arrow, you can get a better look at some of the rooms you find yourself in. Shh. Hey. This door appears to be the only way out of the room. Not yet. I'm going to look at the cabinet. You walk over to the cabinet and carefully peer into the glass, nearly pressing your face to it. Inside seems to be a collection of surgical tools. Yeah, open it. God damn it! Seems to be some sort of code needed to open it. 3 times 2 plus 1. That is 6 plus 1, so 7. Yep. Simple enough. Nothing happens! What if it's 9? What if it's 9? Yes. Okay, it's locked. Seems to be some sort of code. What if this is stupid? What if this is stupid, right? Because this is clearly supposed to be 6 plus 1. So that's a 7. So what if it's a 9? Nothing! You walk over to the large machine in the room. It's coded in buttons and panels and flashing lights. Looking closer at it doesn't help you understand it at all. The only thing you can read properly is a circle with the number 1 in the center. Is it a circle? It's got sides, just slightly. 1, 2, 3. Decagon? No, dodecagon. That's what it's called. You decide to just leave it for now. You don't want to set off any alarms by messing with anything. Dodecagon. Wait, hang on. What's a dodecagon again? So I just checked. A dodecagon has like 12 sides. So clearly this is 6 plus 12. So 6 plus 12 would be 18. The cabinet door opens and you hurriedly look inside for something you can use. While it's full of surgical tools, it's conveniently void of most things pointy or sharp. You suppose you could take these at least. It's better than nothing. Okay, I've got a tool. You pocket the scissors and close the cabinet. Oh, God. What's in a box here? You approach the shelf in the room. There's a few strange boxes and a pile of bed sheets, baby towels, sitting spaced out on the shelves. Surely there's something in these containers that'll be of use to you. Alas, most of them are empty. There's some mysterious red stains at the bottom of some of them, and I don't want to know what that is. You walk over to the cart hidden in the corner of the room. There's some mysterious containers and locked cases. You open the drawer on the cart. There's not really anything useful inside. Just some empty syringes, bottles, and a jar full of fluid. Oh my god, is there anything else for me to look at? We already looked at a dodecagon. I can't drag... Oh, now I can drag this. Barely. I can barely drag this. Let me look at a woman. You turn your attention to the woman on the table again. Poor thing. Check the chest. Her chest is drenched in blood from her neck, but there doesn't seem to be any actively flowing out anymore. The blood is dry, but you don't think you can tell how long she's been down here. So you get the vibe that she was probably brought down earlier today. That's sad. Press chest. You press down on her chest lightly, just to check. There's no sign of a heartbeat, not like you expected there to be, and her ribs seem all in place. Doesn't seem like any were broken. The only injury appears to be on her neck. You were brought down here after some sort of weird injection. So you wonder what she must have done to make them slit her throat. You remove your hands from her body. You leave her be for now. I don't know if there's anything I could do about her. Check head. You bend your knees just a bit to be on a more equal level to her face. Her eyes are completely lifeless. The light doesn't catch in them like it should. Part of you is tempted to shut them for her, but the other part of you feels like it's better for them to be left open. Someone should be able to see him for who he is. Move head. Very carefully, very gently. You turn her head back and forth just to make sure there's nothing hiding under her hair. There doesn't seem to be anything. You rest her head back to where it was before. You leave her be for now. Nope, and I'm probably going to regret that. I'm not cooked yet. I check her arms. The straps are tight against her arms. There doesn't seem to be any damage on them from what you can see. Her hands are strangely balled into fists, quite uncommon for a dead woman. Open hands. What the hell? Is that 16? Does that say 16 or 91? Unraveling her fist was a bit tricky, as if even through death, she refused to let go. Or maybe that's just the rigor mortis setting in. The only thing in her hands is a chess piece. You briefly consider taking it from her, but it feels wrong to do so. You let her keep it. You move her hands back into the position you found them in. You leave her be for now. Nope, I'm going to check her body again. Can I check her body? I'm gonna check her body. I check her legs. The strap on her legs seem like they have a little give, but it's not like it really matters to her at this point. Her legs didn't have any signs of injury on them. There's something a little funny. No, that's not the right word. Curious about how her heels are still on after everything she must have been through. Maybe they just didn't want to leave any evidence behind. You step away from her legs. You leave her be for now. You know, I'm probably cooked for spending so much time on that. Is there anything else I can look at? Maybe up here? You look up at the light above the door. It's a striking red. Yet the room itself still feels dark. Okay. Looks like it's time to exit. I'm cooked. You step out into the bright hallway. The lights are almost blinding and give off a slight buzz. There's a variety of areas to inspect. Where will you go? Ah, man! Lab, left door, north path, large doors, ornate doors, corner door, lab room. Damn it, this was the lab! Fine. Left door. You look towards the door on the left of the path. You try to open it, but it's locked. There's a keypad to input some sort of code, and a screen resting above it. Maybe that will unlock it. What? Oh my god, it's a music puzzle. Oh god, okay. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re. Re? Okay. Re. Okay, wait. Re, do, re, do, re, mi, do. Okay, re, mi, fa, sol. Redo, re, mi, sol. There's not enough letters. There's not enough letters unless it's supposed to be. Wait, hold up. Maybe just the first one. Mi. Okay, do, re, mi, fa, so. Okay, RDRMS. Nothing God damn it! North path. You walk further down the string of hallways. When you get there, you see a staircase. Surely this is the same one you saw before, right? You hurriedly make your way up the stairs. Terrible idea. What? Naturally, you attempt to go for the door first. However, there doesn't seem to be any kind of handle or knob, and pushing on it does nothing. Right. What's this? You look over at the screen next to the door. Oh! E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. God. Damn. God, I forgot. It's not. Am I dumb? Okay, it starts with E. It starts with E on on the bottom. Okay, got it. But why? Okay, anything else? What about this? You look beside the door. There's 2 scanners here. One of them is looking for a key card, the other is an eye scanner. You don't have any key card on you, and your eye definitely isn't going to work on this. Okay? You approach the door again. You look very carefully for anything you can interact with. Some kind of secret handle or button that will open the door without trouble. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any. Alright, I'm going back down. Okay, it starts with E. Okay, so E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Okay, so D, C, D, E. Okay, this should be C. And then E, F, G. Okay, G. The door softly unlocks for you. God damn it, I was thinking like do-re-mi. You step into the room and are immediately hit with a huge chill that makes you huddle into yourself for warmth. It is freezing in here. It doesn't exactly take a genius to figure out why that might be. The walls are covered in lockers. You already know what must be inside, but they cannot be your main concern. Hopefully, with some luck, you can find something of value in here. Okay, anything? The chair. There's a rolling chair tucked into the corner of the room. It has a plush seat which feels unfitting for the environment it's in. You doubt it'll be of any use to you. Okay, what about this? There's a large stretch of lockers across the wall. Looking closer, they are labeled. But the labels don't make any sense to you, just a mix of numbers. You won't disturb them. You're certain they've been disturbed enough. It's disturbing enough, alright? You look at the lights that are shining above the lockers. All of them are red except for one. And coincidentally, the only non-red one is above the column of lockers with one open at the bottom. You have a feeling you know why that is. Why? One locker is left open. Peeking inside, there's only cold and darkness to greet you. It probably won't be long before it's filled like all the rest. This is probably a morgue. There appears to be some sort of digital log next to the door of the room. You might as well read it. I can't read it! Doctor's log. Entry X. 2 lockers were filled today. A man and a woman. We usually don't get 2 at once, so it was a bit of a surprise. EA. Do I need to note this down? I'm probably just gonna note this down. Okay. EA. Okay, I'm just gonna note those 2 down. Our ever so eager boss assured us that it was the best way to take care of things. Okay, EAN. And there's supposed to be an N. God, let's see. N. Okay, so N. And we're not getting paid to judge. We're getting paid to work. First, the man who was brought in. A horse, but certainly not as healthy as they usually say they are. Okay, L-A. Okay, E-N-L-A. Ianla? Our boss informed us that he was a smoker, but it's not as though he needed to say anything. We could tell. His lungs were inflamed and gray. You'd think this would have killed him before our boss got the chance to. Nonetheless, we follow our standard procedure. Okay, Ianlap, the E-A-N-L-A-P, and removed all organs from the abdominal cavity. Then there was the woman. A fish, a betta. Okay, Ianlap. Her coloration was quite striking. It was almost envious. She seemed to be in a better state than the gentleman was. Her organs were healthy enough, all except her liver. Okay, and... Okay, Yenlepin? Her liver seemed to be a bit fatty. We could work with this. They were properly emptied and then stored away. We're running out of room. We'll have to plan for expulsion sooner than we usually schedule them. That's fine. I've been wanting to empty the space again anyway. I like the fresh start after expulsion day. Okay. Okay. Wait. Why? I don't know what that's trying to spell out. There's a row of cabinets over the counter area. They're too high for you to reach. You wonder for a moment if Playboy could even reach them. You turn your head to the chair in the room. Maybe. Not yet. Nah, it's got wheels. It's too big of a risk to stand on top of it as is. Taking off your heels wouldn't be enough. You need something steady at the very least. Last thing you need is to fall and break your neck here of all places. Okay, what's with the clock? There's a scale sitting upon the table of the room. You have a feeling you know what it measures, but part of you still wonders if weight is really all that important. I mean, depends. Are they eating it? There's a sink in the room. You turn the handles. Warm and cold water run from the faucet. 2? You look closer to the basin and you can see a red marking streaking towards the drain. Not very tidy, are they? 2? The hell is 2 supposed to be for? A row of jars sit along the table. They're clearly holding things, but it's hard to say exactly what. The glass is clouded and the contained items are soaking in some kind of liquid. You can only assume it's excess blood. A part of you is tempted to open one. But the much smarter part of you doesn't want to risk tracking blood around the place in any way. Okay, underneath the gurney, there's a work table in the room. Oh, it's a work table. It's covered in a tablecloth, which is covered in blood. You'd think they'd be a little neater with their operations if they're hoping to avoid getting caught. But well, they seem to have avoided it so far, so they must be doing something right. Okay. I don't think there's anything else for me to interact with aside from the lights and this. You take a look at the light shining above the door. Its blue glow makes the room you're in feel colder. You wonder if that's intentional. Okay, what about the door? Oh, that's to get out. Large doors. There's a faintly large door across from you in the hallway. Unsurprisingly, it's locked. Seems to require a number code to open. When you tap on the interface, all it states is weight of the last batch. God damn, 2? 2. Nothing happens. I need to go back to the morgue later. Go to the ornate doors. Looking down one hall, you can see a pair of doors that look much more ornate than the others in the area. There's no windows, and it has interesting patterns etched symmetrically into the front. Attempting to open it yields no results, however. But there's a space to input numbers, right near an odd-looking screen. What? Okay, so the bishop is clearly 16. I don't know what the others are supposed to be. So we are looking at king, pawn, queen. I'm just gonna note this down, okay? King, pawn, okay, queen, minus castle, bishop, knight. Okay, I am not entirely sure. Maybe it's like the... Maybe... I'm going to need to find like the rest of these pieces. The bishop is 16, that's for sure. But yeah, we're not going to be able to answer, like, key that in just yet. Corner door. There's a small door tucked away in the corner of the hall. As you assumed, it's locked. It seems like it's requiring a code to open. Not just that, it's asking you for something. It looks like you're meant to place your finger in a small hole attached to the door. Will you stick your finger in? Yeah, sure. You hesitate at first, but ultimately decide to place your finger in the hole. After a moment, there goes my finger! Something pricked your finger. You pull your finger out and look at the bright red spot left by whatever needle was hidden in there. Suddenly, the screen that requires a code is blinking with a message. Confirm the blood type. Seriously? How am I supposed to know what it is? No one keeps track of those things anymore. The code screen shows you the following symbols. What? There's... Oh my god, I can't tell. What's with the 5 circles? The screen flashes a red X at you. Seems that was incorrect. 5 circles. Okay, fine. I gotta go back to the morgue. I need to check on, like, what this says again. Okay, let's see. I need to know what was the weight of, like, the previous batch. Okay, and it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Okay, yeah, there's nothing here. Ugh. Okay, yep. They're running out of room. Okay, expulsion day. Scale sitting upon the table in the room. You have a feeling you know what it measures, part of you wonders. Okay, measure the jars. Okay. First jar weighs 447. 331. Okay. Okay. 447 plus 331. Okay. And 382 plus 382. Okay, all together that should be okay. 0 4 5 5 8 8 16. Okay, 16 5 8 wait, 5 8 11. So 1160 should be the weight of this batch. Plus 300. Okay, fine. Okay. Plus, okay, 300. Okay, so that should be 1460. After weighing them, you put the jars back the way you found them. Okay, now we can get out and input, like, the code. It should be 1460 at the large door. Okay, let's see. 1460. Nothing happened. Isn't this the one where I need the... Hold on. Okay, weight of the last batch. It should be 1460. Hang on. No. Ah, God. Is it just 300? Wait, hang on. Is it just 300? Nothing happens. No. Wait. Did I get my calculation wrong? Okay, after fiddling around for quite a bit, I found out that there are actually a couple of things I didn't miss in the lab. After, like, you actually go out there and actually look at things, you can actually approach the shelf in this room and, like, grab a sheet from the shelf. I don't know what we're using it for. What are we using the sheet for? And then we can grab the card in the corner of the room, and there's a mysterious container. And we can actually grab the strange jar of liquids. Okay, we pocket the jar. How are we pocketing the jars, though? How large are these jars? Okay, go into the morgue. Can I wipe down the work table? Like, do I need to? Okay, I don't need to. Thankfully. Okay, let's see. 447, 331, 382, 300. 418! 418! I was missing one! I hate that I missed one. So, now 1460 plus, okay, 418. So, it's 1878. God freaking damn. I'm getting out of here. I am going to input 1878. I hate this. God, I hated that. You step into the room. Like the morgue, it's cold, but definitely not as cold. There's a lot of bizarre stuff in here. But by this point, it's not surprising. Right, middle thingy. That's a lot of jars. You approach the large row of fridges that feel like they're glaring at you. They're obviously the room's focus, and any time spent not looking at them feels like ignoring the elephant in the room. You gaze into their clear windows, and rows upon rows of rectangular jars stare back at you. Jeez, this amount is absurd. He has to be selling these. Some sort of black market organs dealer. How much have you made on this alone? As your eyes continue to skim through the contents of the fridge, a small glint near the bottom catches your eye. You squat down to get a closer look. There appears to be some sort of USB left on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator. I'm taking it. Ah, God damn it! As soon as you pull on the door even slightly, an alarm begins to go off. You panically looked around you, but you can't see the source of the alarm anywhere. Not that it matters. Anyone around already knows you're here. Shit! You consider hiding for a moment before realizing there's nowhere in here you could hide. So of course you rush to the door, hoping to be able to hide somewhere else until someone deactivates the alarm. But the door opens just a second too early, and horror dawns on you as you realize what's going to happen. Sure enough, he's there. And you're on the ground. Had a feeling it might be you. You're a tough one, I'll give you that. But not very careful, are you? Well, got anything to say for yourself? Eat shit! Had a feeling it might be something like that. You feel his grip on your throat tighten. Attempting to speak at all at this point isn't possible anymore. See you on the other side, Nina. God damn it! Okay, which ending did I get? He took your breath away. Very boyfriend to death. Very boyfriend to death. Yeah, I am not opening the refrigerator. Hell no. You leave the fridge alone for now. Also, it's probably a good idea to save at this point. Look over here. There's a crowded corkboard in the room. You take a look up at it. What the hell? Wait. 5 zeros means pomme. And 5, filled up ones is rose. Okay, boom. You walk up to one of the stations in the room. You're not really sure what it could be used for or what it accomplishes that objects in other rooms don't already. You don't know what any of these buttons do, and you're not sure you want to try them out. What's over here? You walked up to one of the stations in the room. There's a bright red screen looking back at you. It's a touchscreen, and you play around with some of the options for anything that might be useful. Through your stumbling, you find the option that reads Disable Refrigerator Security. Yep. Make your selection. What the hell does this mean? Okay. What's this? There's a tall cabinet here with a screen on top. Seems like if you want inside, you need to enter a password. The red word. Wait, was it the word we got earlier? Ian Lapin. Seems like that wasn't it. Right? There's some drawers here. Although it doesn't look like it, the drawers are locked and are asking for a password to get in. Ian Lapin. Seems like that wasn't it. Some sort of strange block of machinery here. You can't make heads or tails of it. Attempting to read the screen attached to the side just makes you even more confused. Clearly, this is meant for someone with knowledge you just don't have. Okay. Wait, what's this? There's a safe in the room. Strangely, it appears to operate based on a letter code rather than a combination lock. Input code? Yes. Ian Lapin. Nothing happens. God damn it. Okay, what's over here? Okay, I'm just gonna look at a corkboard again. Haphazardly, especially if we aren't going to label them properly. It's a real pain when I go to grab one and have to empty the whole shelf just to find the current one I'm looking for. And on that note, please try to separate them by condition as well. What? 12, 16, 19, 15, 17. That's the queen piece. So queen is all these letters put together. It's all these numbers put together. Oh, wait, no. 12 plus 16. So that is 28 minus 19. So that would be 28 minus 9 would be not. Wait, would be 19. Minus 10 would be okay. 19, 9. Okay, 9 plus 15 will be 24 plus 17. 24 plus 17. 24 plus 17. What's 24 plus 17? 31, 41. Okay, so queen equals 41. Bishop is clearly 16. Okay, we got 2 of them for now. I think my blood type is Pom. It's probably Pom. Probably. I might be wrong about that. But anywho, I forgot what this station was. Yep, let's not even try. How do I get out of here? Wait, can I can scroll. I forgot I can scroll. What's up here? There's a column full of glowing lights against the wall. The words on here are easier to understand than some of the other stuff in this place. It seems mostly to be reading the weather. That's odd. Why would it be reading the weather? Maybe whoever is down here is curious about what's going on above the surface. Not like they have windows down here. Okay. There's a thing here. You're not sure what it is. It's a thing. Is it a capsule? You're not sure how to open it. It's not a camera, is it? No, it shouldn't be. You're not really sure what to do with it. Maybe it's better to just leave it alone. Right. So we've already checked everywhere in here. Let's get back out here. Corner door is where... Okay, my blood type is... Boom. Door unlocks. Okay, sick. You walk into the room finally. This seems like the most normal room we've encountered. Aside from the bit of strange machinery, looks like a normal office. It almost feels inappropriate. But you have better things to do than ponder over that. Right, I should take a look around. What about this thingy? You're not sure what could be worked on over here. It doesn't exactly look like the kind of place you'd handle body parts. You thought maybe there'd be some kind of tool up here you could defend yourself with. A screwdriver, a hammer, but there's nothing. Right, what's this? There's a small shelf attached to this contraption. There's nothing of usefulness here, but mysteriously, there is a storybook here. A children's storybook. You remember this story from your own childhood. What's this doing here? I don't know if this is a good idea. Read it. Turtle and the Rabbit. You're so slow, said the rabbit to the turtle. Speed is not everything, said the turtle to the rabbit. I will show you. I will beat you in a race. Ha ha! Laughed the rabbit. We'll see about that. All the woodland animals gathered around to see the race. On their marks, get set, go! The rabbit sprinted away from the starting line, leaving the turtle behind. Figuring that he had plenty of time to wait for the turtle to catch up, he gathered some leaves together and then laid down for a nap. After some time, the turtle approached where the rabbit was sleeping. He continued on along the path, determined to finish the race. Ha ha! The rabbit laughed, looking down into the hole. You were right. Speed isn't everything. You have to be clever too. The rabbit sped forward, leaving the turtle behind once again. He ran until he reached the finish line. Once he crossed it, he was greeted by two of his forest friends, the beaver and the mouse. You did it, they cheered. Where's Turtle? I'm sure he'll catch up soon, said the rabbit, but I wouldn't wait for a slowpoke like him. That's strange. You thought this book had a different ending. Beaver and a mouse? The hell? What's this? There's a metal panel here. You try to open it, but there's not even an inch of give. It's definitely the kind of door that requires some sort of special tool to open it, well, it's closed by magnets or something. It's probably nothing relevant to you anyway. Just a bunch of machine buttons that control the lights on the workspace or something. What about these boxes? You look at the boxes under the workspace. It's full of machinery components, but no tools to put them together. Screws, bolts, washers, batteries, and a night piece with the number 15 written on it. Okay. Night equals... Oh my god, 15. Got it. Okay, what's up here? There's an incredibly strange glass cylinder-like mechanism in the room. There's nothing at the bottom of the machine except for some sort of camera attached to a mechanical arm. You can see tracks surrounding it, implying that the camera can not only move vertically but also circle around the perimeter of the cylinder. Right. What about this fridge-looking thing? There's a mini-fridge in here. By this point, you're half expecting it to be full of body parts like everything else is. It's not, though. Actually, it's full of snacks. Can of iced coffee and tea, some grilled beef dish. There's even a stack of chocolate bars tucked into the corner. Yeah. Screw it, mini fridges are meant to be emptied. You grab a container full of strawberries and pop a few into your mouth. You're not usually one for sweet stuff, but something about the situation you're in makes this feel like one of the best meals you've ever tasted. You shut the container, put it back into the fridge. That's better. Okay, I can't scroll in this room. So, what's in this cart? The boxes are full of nothing but junk. Empty jars, machinery parts, just a bunch of spares for anything they might need. Right. I'm gonna look at a computer last. Let's look at the drawers. You open some of the cabinets under the desk. They're not locked, but there's also not really anything important in here. Staplers, paper clips, office tape, just supplies and junk drawers. Whatever. Right, what's this? There's a glowing scan of some sort here. Huh? That's just not any scan. That's a scan of you! Oh. Why? Images of you flicker on the screen with words describing you. Nina, last name unknown. Red fox. Intersex. Eyes yellow. Hair orange. Blood type palm. Scans are picking up something unclear as of now. We'll review her organs after removal. What the hell? Well, that last sentence isn't the most reassuring. You've got to get out of here. Right. Did I look at the board here? Full of papers and words you don't quite understand. Borderline unreadable. There is a small sticky note with a drawing of someone on it, though. Regretfully, admittedly cute. Right. What's up here? Oh, rent number 3, cute 42. What? Strangely enough, there seems to be a small makeup set in here. You take a look over it. I don't really see anything that could really help. There's a bunch of numbers and there's the E sharp in the top right corner. Part of you is almost tempted to nick some for yourself, but you're sure whoever owns this will know if one goes missing. Best to play it safe. Wonder what the makeup's for. Clearly important. You approach the computer in the room, leaning over the keyboard as you reach your hands out to the controls. But before you're able to click on anything, what are you doing here? A rather effeminate man barges into the room and accosts you before you can do anything. He's clearly panicked. This isn't going to end well. Grab him! Why? It's immediately apparent to you as you feel electricity burn and ripple across your entire being. Your muscles contract and lock up in ways you didn't think were possible. You never really wanted to know it was. You can't even tilt your head or reach the slightest inch forward. All control has been ripped from you in a matter of seconds. You've never been struck by lightning before, but you have to imagine, it must feel somewhat like this. You collapse to the floor after a moment, but you're not met with any relief. As soon as you're fallen, he shocks you again, and again, and again, and again. Like he's afraid if he lets go for even a second, you'd be at his throat. Which, to be fair, you probably would be. The pain is so intense, growing and spreading until it all suddenly dissolves in a brief moment before you black out completely. You never get back up. Oh, man! Okay, which ending is this? Which one is this? Fried foxtail? God damn it. What if I use the scissors? You go to grab your scissors, but in the rush of things, you prick your hands against the blades, causing you to flinch and miss your chance. Ah, come on! Okay, maybe we leave the computer alone and get out of here. I feel like that's a play. I feel like I need to go somewhere else. Like, what was the point of that room? I have no clue. Okay, let's go back to the fridge room. Okay. Clearly, there has to be an answer somewhere here. Okay, attempt to disable security. Victory goes to... Wait, hold on. Is there a rabbit here? No, there isn't. Beaver? The computer prompts you to select an additional choice. Mouse. Oh my god, wait. You should be able to safely open the fridge now. Okay, good. Open frig. Okay, you put the USB into your pockets. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? There's a thing here, not sure what it is. Oh my god, not sure how to open it. I don't know of any of this. Wait, what? Wait, hang on. What is this? Safe in the room. Okay, input code. I don't have the code. Wait, hang on. Letter code. Okay, I might want to go back to the morgue and see if I'm missing anything. I might. Let's go back to the morgue. Because clearly I might be missing another letter. Okay, let's see. Is it X? Is it X? Wait, hold on. Mean Lapine. Is it Mean Lapine? Is that... was I swear to God, if it's Mean Lapine, I'm going to piss myself. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the safe. Okay. Mean Lapine. Oh my god, I am going to piss myself. Oh, that is warm. Despite having been locked, there doesn't seem to be much of value inside. Looks mostly like a bunch of junk. A yo-yo, a snow globe, a vacation magazine, a costume necklace, and a knocked over rook piece with a number 30 at the bottom. Okay, rook. is 30. Okay, so 30. Got it, got it. God damn. Now what? Okay, we did that. We already disabled the security. I don't know what that thing is. Wait. There's a column full of glowing lights against the wall. I don't think I need anything. I don't think I need anything there. I don't think I need anything here either. I genuinely don't think there's anything else I need. Okay. There's something about, needing a password. Wait, I don't know what the green or red words are. I'm going to need to find another computer or something. Maybe... Actually, maybe I could finally use this computer. Okay, doesn't help you understand it at all. Okay, nope. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help me at all. Okay, not in this case. There's nothing I could use in here. Okay, striking red room itself feels dark. There's nothing else I could use, is there? Wait, hang on. Can I go back to the cabinet? Up in the morgue. Can I finally go up here? Look up at the cabinets, look towards the chair in the room, then look at the blanket in your hands. Acting quickly, you place the sheet on the floor and then drag the chair over top of it. With the wheels being unable to move against the blanket, you take a step on top. Luckily, you feel like a balanced enough person to be able to reach up there with your heels on. You open the cabinets and look around inside. There isn't much, at least. Not much that will be of use to you. There is a book here, though. Whoa. Oh my god. The book is unlabeled on the cover, but has a few different sections marked with a highlighted tab. Which section will you read? Oh my god. Okay, so let's start with Ruby. It's always red with him. I never heard him say it's his favorite, but it must be. One has to wonder if it's due to the business he's in or because he spent so much time staring into his own eyes. Despite everything, I have to say, he is creepiest when he's looking into a mirror. He stares at himself with such intensity, yet I can't tell what's going on in his head. I'm not sure if it's dissatisfaction, but it certainly is an admiration. I wonder if there's things he'd like to change on the outside. Maybe we can make him look more like a jackalope if he's looking to change things up. Jackalope? You intended to continue reading, but something disrupts your focus. You hear the sound of footsteps and chatter coming your way. You quickly hop off the chair, hide the blanket, and roll the chair back to where it was. You need to hide! Down here! You duck under the tablecloth, hoping that if you're quiet and still, you'll go unnoticed. You wrap your tail around you and hope no part of it sticks out. Within a few moments, 2 pairs of feet step into the room, heels clacking against the hard tiled floor. They stop within your view, facing towards the lockers. Ooh, nice feet! You can hear them clearly talking above you. You recognize Playboy's voice, but not the other. Despite the heels, it's a rather masculine voice. I told you we only have room for one more. You're right again. Could have sworn there was more room. We have 2 bodies in the lab room now, correct? Which one should get the locker? They're small. Can't they both fit? Just stack them on top of each other. Yeah, take a bite out of the girl sandwich. I don't think that will work as well as you think it will. All right, I hear you. The blonde. First come, first serve, right? Fair enough. And what should we do with the fox then? Is the dumpster outside clear enough? That skank! Look, it's fine. We'll find a way to make it work. I'll tell you what we should do with her before the night's up, alright? Whatever you say, boss. The 2 of them move around the room a little more in silence. Then the pair walk towards the door and walk out, shutting the door behind them. You wait a few more moments until their footsteps can't be heard outside the door anymore. Once you were sure that you were in the clear, you get out from under the table. Okay. You take a look around you, as if someone else could still be in the room. As you look, you notice something on the floor. One of them must have dropped something. Pick it up? Yep. You crouch down and pick the object up. It's an employee card. But it seems important. You could use this for something. You're sure of it. You pocket the card. Okay, now what? Can I look at the book? The book I was reading is nowhere to be seen. They must have moved out of the room. Oh well. Damn it. Okay, so at least I know one of the letters is one of the words is jackalope. So fridge room. And go here. Okay, let's see. Jackalope. The drawer unlocks here. You take a quick look inside for anything that might be helpful. There's a strange syringe in here. It's full of something, but you're not sure what. Do you want to take it? Take it. You pocket the syringe, being extra careful not to poke yourself with it. Right. And we don't know what's the green word, so that might be a problem. Let us go back into the office, and now we approach the computer in the room and use the syringe. Well, acting quickly, you grabbed the syringe you picked up and sharply jabbed it into his neck. His eyes immediately contract, and within seconds, his body goes limp. The hell is in this thing? He collapses to the floor. You're not sure what to do now. It'd be bad if he woke up. But killing him still seems to be a bit extreme right now. You'll just have to move quickly. You take his body and slap it up against one of the chairs in the room. Oh, there. That's more presentable. Now back to the computer. Oh my god, I can actually use this. Alright, I just happened to pick one up. I'm gonna shove into the port and... The hell am I supposed to do with this? Recycle bin. It's empty. Operations. Initiate scan. Wait, print keycard. Initiate emergency protocol. Scan? The computer informs you that the scanner is empty. Not like you have anything to scan anyway. Print keycard. Card member. Wait, do I even need to print out a keycard? I already have the one I picked up earlier. Yeah, I'll save myself the trouble. Okay. I'm not gonna initiate emergency protocol, though it would be very funny. What? What's this? 20 is pawn. Okay, so pawn is 20. Got it. Okay, thank you. What's this? Kind of sick. Carnival1.png. It's kind of sweet. This is really sweet. Carnival2.png. And a night out PNG. Get it. The hell am I supposed to do? You know what? Just for the funnies. And actually, I'm gonna make a save. Initiate emergency protocol. Maybe I shouldn't. You have a feeling no matter what it does, it won't end well for me. I'm gonna do it. Come on! Sleep. I guess. Wait, hold up. Isn't there anything I could do? Okay, what if I use this guy? You approach him carefully. He's still out cold. Remove... search pockets? You bend down beside him and search any pockets on his person. As you dig your hands into one of them, you feel a small hole in the seam between the pocket and the jacket. That must explain why you've been finding some seemingly dropped stuff. Continuing to dig, you find a stun gun. This kind of thing could be really useful. But when you point it away from you and test it, nothing happens. Not a single spark. You double check to see if it's on, but still nothing happens. You slip it back into his pocket. Clearly, it'll be of no use to you. The next thing you grab is a communicator of some kind. You attempt to get inside, but it's asking for a passcode. God damn it! Seems that wasn't it. Okay. Remove eye. You carefully move your fingers to his eyes, hoping that he doesn't suddenly jump back to consciousness. He doesn't. It's almost a little weird to see his eye completely glossed over, his soul somewhere else. You decide to just go for it, now or never. You hold his eye open with one hand and attempt to remove his eye with a scissor you have in the other. I don't think this is gonna go well. Shit! This isn't going to work. You can't effectively move his eye out to cut it out when both your hands are busy. You need something to hold his eye open. Where could you get something like that? I think I have an idea. Okay, let's go here. Go back to the lab. Go here. Look into the cabinet again, hoping to find something. It takes a bit of searching, but eventually your fingers graze themselves upon an eye speculum. You take it. This is going to be so messy. I am going to grab his eye. You've never done this before, but there's a first for everything. You just hope you can get it out properly. You set up the speculum around his eye. It takes a bit to figure out, but it's easy once you do. You hesitate on the next step, but you have to do it eventually. It's hard to get a grip on an eyeball. Not like you expected it to be easy. And once it's in your fingers, pulling it out is another story. It's very resilient to wanting to be pulled out. Who would have guessed that it would want to stay in its socket? It's a good thing you're not squeamish, otherwise you could imagine this would be hell for you. Once you finally pull it out enough to see what you assume are the nerves, you get to cutting. You cut everything you see attached to the globe of the eyeball until it is finally separated. You hold the eyeball in your hands. This better work. You remove the speculum from his eyelids and let them fall to be mostly closed. He's looking a bit worse for wear, but that's not your problem anymore. You step back from him as he lays unconscious still. Right. Let's not talk about that. And let's just get the hell out of here. Okay, stairs. Over here? Okay. For a while, it seemed like you'd never get out of here. But finally, escape is in your grasp. You scan the keycard, and it accepts. You hold the eyeball to the scanner, and it accepts that too. You could hear the whir of machinery begin. You sat in front of the door, impatient for it to finally slide open and let you out of here. As soon as you sense the tiniest hint of fuck! You weren't expecting to see him there. Why the hell would he be there? It caused you to stumble back, and you tumble hard down the stairs. But that wasn't all. The scissors you were holding onto escaped from your grasp, but found their way back somewhere else. The stinging pain in your eye versus the numbing pain in your back and head. It's like your body can decide what it wants to focus on. Through the pain ringing in your ears, you can still hear him coming down the stairs. His footsteps ebb closer until he's right beside you. You struggle to open your good eye to see him. He's crouching over you. Yeah? You're unsure what to make of his expression. He looks confused more than anything else. He probably wasn't expecting to see you too. Well. What were you doing? Me? What about you? None of your business. But if you're curious, I'll humor you. A little employee of mine lost their identification. I told him I'd print a new one, but just in case, I've been looking for the little thing. They want the regular, thinking they can get all the employee benefits just because they picked up the card, you know? Wasn't upstairs, so I was coming back down to check here again. You wouldn't happen to know what happened to it, would you, darling? Well, I happen to notice you've got a bit of a problem. Right there, he says as the tips of his fingers ever so slightly touch the end of the scissors. Even just the slightest touch sends a tidal wave of pain flowing outwards from your eye. It takes every muscle in you not to scream. You want some help with that? Fuck do you think? Beg. Excuse me? You want help? Beg for it. Fuck you! You feel Playboy grab the scissors, like a joystick sticking out of your face. Don't say I didn't give you a chance. You know what's coming next, and all you can do is dread it. Your hands aren't strong enough to stop him as he rips the scissors out of your eyeball in one swift motion. You feel the cold air push against the warm blood leaking out of your face. And then he stabs the scissors right back into your eye. This time you do scream. You scream, you flail, you kick your legs around frantically and scratch at him as much as you can manage. It doesn't stop him. As he pulls out the scissors and shoves them back into your eye again. And again. And again. Until you can't feel it anymore. God freaking damn it! An eye for an eye. So, what if I do beg? Well? Fuck it, fine! Help me! Please, help me. That it? Fuck you mean that's it? I mean, this is your life you're begging on. I think you could give it a little more than that. You little... Help me! Please. Help me. I don't want to die. It hurts and I can feel myself bleeding and I already know I'm going to lose my eye. I don't want to die here. And you know that. You can see that, can't you? How hard I try to escape. How much I want to survive. Can't you just give it to me? Let me live. I'll do anything you want. Just don't let me die here. I can't die here. Not like this. Please, 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 please. Oh shit. I didn't expect waterworks. Alright. You were a good girl. Wait right here. I'll be right back. Huh? Playboy stands up from his crouched position and starts walking further down the hall. You call out for him to wait as you struggle to roll onto your front side. Using whatever power is left in your arms, you attempt to crawl towards him, still shouting for him to wait. He keeps going at a leisurely stride until he's out of your sight. You hear a faint plop just below your face. You look down. The blood dripping from your eyes, creating small circular splatters upon the floor. And then it starts to blur. You can feel yourself losing consciousness. Shit. Was he just fucking with you? Is he really just going to leave you here to bleed out? You're pretty sure karma isn't supposed to work like this. But before you can even really think about it, your world goes black. I'm alive? You opened your eyes. Again. For a moment, you wondered if you were in the afterlife. But you can't imagine the afterlife would feel so unpleasant, heavy. Everything is still a bit blurry, and you can barely move. It feels like it takes a few moments just to drag your hand to your injured eye. And once it finally makes it, you can feel it's bandaged. Somehow, you have no idea where you are, while also clearly knowing exactly where you are. At the very least, you're aware the room you're in is different. Then, something in the room starts moving. Must be the door, as you can see him emerge. You can see him clearly. He must be close enough to you. It's a bit odd, though, as he can't seem to tell if the amount of time between you waking up and him walking into the room was a few minutes or a few hours. Hey, pretty girl. Heard you might be waking up around now. How are you feeling? Yeah, thought so. Well, I'm sure you understand at this point how these things usually go. Under normal conditions, well, I think you can tell what would have happened to you. So you might be wondering why you're still, alive. And, regarding that, let's just say I thought you looked real adorable. It was kind of funny, too. I'm normally not one for the feisty, disobedient ones. But when I saw you there, all frantic, crying... Cute. Something kind of clicked at me. I couldn't stop smiling. You're special, Nina. In more ways than you're letting on. So, let's have more fun together. Okay? You're tired, though, right? I could see why you would be. Get some rest. I'll be back for you later. Sweet dreams, sweet girl. And he's back out the room again. You'd hate to agree with him, but getting rest does sound good right about now. You sink your head into your pillow. You close your remaining eye, and you doze off. Well, shit. Which ending is this? Domesticated. Okay, I definitely feel it's a good idea to read the Jade one this time. He's obsessed with moving. If he's not dancing, he's exercising. If he's not exercising, he's walking. If he's not walking, he's standing, impatiently tapping his foot or bouncing his leg. Or using that silly little mortar and pestle like it's a stim toy or something. If he is still, it's because he's in good company, occupying so much of his mind that moving is no longer necessary. In a way, I almost feel bad for him. It must be exhausting to need to be distracted that much. In a way, he reminds me of this jackalope I met once. A mutt, though, not a purebred. And not just because he's a rabbit either. Okay, we have 3 words there, and I don't know if any of that's gonna help us. I wonder what happens if I just don't pick up the keycard this time. Nah, I'm just gonna leave it. You decide it's best to leave it where it is. If someone comes back looking for it, it might not be good to have it on your person. Okay, and what's up here? You put your little setup back together, look for the book again, and it's gone. Must have been moved out of the room. Oh well. Okay, let's get out of here. We gotta go back into the refrigerator room. And this time we gotta look for the green word. So, let's see. Is jackalope the word? Okay, rub bitch around inside looking for anything that might be helpful to you. There's a bottle in here labeled chloroform. Do you want to take it? Take it. You pocket the jar. Actually, does jackalope still work here, actually? Jackalope? What? It also works! Strange syringe. Yeah, I'll take the syringe. Yep. Okay, now, wait, what can I even do with that? The hell am I supposed to do with that? Hang on. I'm gonna go back to the lab room. Approach the shelf. There's nothing of use. Nothing I can use here. Okay, I guess I'll go back to the office and like frickin' chloroform the bitch. You grab the chloroform bottle you picked up earlier and attempt to use it against him. Unfortunately, it's not as though you had time to unscrew the damn thing, and your instincts knew that. Because quicker than you could even think, you smash the bottle against his head as chloroform drenches the 2 of you. Both of you fall to the floor amidst the nearly shattered glass. You remember hearing that fast-acting chloroform was all movie magic once. That it can't really knock you out in a matter of seconds. At the very least, it takes a few minutes. But they must have gotten their paws on some of the stronger stuff over here. Or maybe it's some sort of blackout potion labeled as chloroform, for whatever reason they could have for doing that. Whatever it is, you can feel yourself drifting out of consciousness almost immediately. And despite your strongest attempts to fight against it, you can't help yourself from being dragged down to the floor under your own weight. Everything goes black, and stays that way. Oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Wait. Knock yourself out. God damn it. Okay, use the syringe. Okay, he's knocked out. I'm gonna check on him. Search his pockets. I don't have the code for this. I still don't have the code for this. How am I supposed to know what's the code? Wait, hang on. It can't be jackalope, is it? Glowing scan of some sort. Okay, it's my scan. Wait, hold on. Is there something? Can't be anything, right? I have no idea. I have no idea what it could be. Maybe I'll try to remove his eye. Okay, that's not gonna help. That's really not gonna help. So, we're gonna go back to the lab room. We're going to grab the thingy. Okay, we got the thingy. We're going back to the office. We're gonna go to him. We remove his eye. We have his eye. We leave. We go to the stairs. We go here. Keep right next to the door. Is there anything you can type here? No. Nothing happens. We go over here. Okay, 2 scatters. Looking for a key card. The other is the eye scatter. You got an eyeball. Tricky as it was, but seems it still needs a key card to open too. I guess I'll go back. Wait, hold on. I guess now is the time for me to actually print a key card. Card member. God damn, how am I supposed to know what's the password? Wait, it gives you a hint. It reads, your card communicator background. Oh, wait. Check communicator. What? Seems that wasn't it. How am I supposed to know what's the password to communicator? Hang on. You think you can guess who this belongs to? Wait, hang on. Is there a code? Wait. Could it be 107811? Oh my god. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me just try to note this down. 10 7 8 11 6 1 18, 16. Is that it? Oh my god, I have no idea. Hold up. Open some of the cabinets, nothing important. Whatever. Okay, is there anything here? Small sticky note of a drawing of someone on it. Recognize the doodle as being him. Regretfully, admittedly cute. Isn't there anything I could use? Illuminated workspace. Oh my god, screwdriver, hammer, nothing. Oh my god, anything in the table? Night piece of number 15. Okay, I'm not sure what the metal panel is for. Nothing relevant. God damn. Okay, small shelf, nothing useful. Mysteriously, there's a storybook. I don't need the storybook, no. I don't know what the scanner is for. Okay, let's see. Except for some sort of camera attached to mechanical arm. Okay, something. Box of nothing but junk. Empty jars. Okay, I'm going to try the number. God damn it. Okay, enter code 10, 7, 8, 11, 6, 1. Oh my god, what is it? That wasn't it. What could be the... What is the password? Okay, so I figured a couple things out. First of all, that is not an E in the top right corner. It is a 9. And second, that shade of pink, it's not pink, it's the purple. It's number 8. So, the communicator password should be, and if I'm correct about this, it should be 7, 8, 9, 6, 3. It works! And apparently the password here is Nerisse. You immediately start snooping in the communicator looking for a way to contact the outside world. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any sort of command for that. Rather, it seems to be only built... it's only built to communicate with the boss and other staff members. Well, fucking with them would be fun. You'd rather not draw attention to yourself. You leave it be. Okay, so we know that we can print the thingy. And it's Nerisse. It works. You hear the printer roar to life as it starts printing out a key card. Okay. I have a key card. Nice. Now I can get out of here. Right? I can get out of here, right? I can, right? I take a deep breath. You scan the key card you picked up. It accepts it flawlessly. Next, the eyeball. You try not to squish it too much as you show it to the scanner. And after a brief moment, it dings satisfactory. You hear the whir of machinery begin to run, and just as you hoped, the door opens. Oh, sick! Without wasting any time, you rush out the door. Also, is that supposed to be the king? King is 13. I'm gonna note that down somewhere. King equals 13. Okay, got it. You find yourself back in the VIP room, the very one you started in. It is both a relief and makes you nauseous at the sight of it. You open the VIP room doors that lead you back to the main club, and you squeeze between drunken, partying guests as you make your way to the main door. And then you're outside, in the cool night air. The loud noises of music and people become muffled behind you as the door shuts. And suddenly, it feels like a faraway dream. You take a deep breath. The air is refreshing, and a slight breeze moves past you. You start walking down the sidewalk, passing others as if nothing was wrong, as if nothing happened in there. You didn't find your necklace, but at least you managed to escape with your life. Hopefully your necklace is somewhere safe. Because you're not sure you'll be returning to the Lucky Rabbit anytime soon. I say that, but I'm aiming for the true ending for this game. Right. Escape artist. Okay, so we've got the key card, we've got his eyeball. However, now, with all the numbers we've collected throughout this playthrough, now we can go to the ornate doors and, like, with everything, like, the answer for this should be 75. You hear a click from the door. You grab both handles, open the door, and step inside. Oh, what the hell? You take a step into the room. It's different, that's for sure. It's not as though the other rooms had much noise going on, but this room feels, oddly quiet. Like it shouldn't be. Oh no, there's more for me to interact with. There's so much more for me to interact with. Oh no. Okay, speakers. There's a karaoke machine here. If you weren't trapped in a life or death situation, it would be pretty fun to belt out a song or two. Still, you take a good look at it. Seems pretty cool. It's capable of importing new music files and even recording sessions. Actually, there's a recording saved. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna listen. You start recording, expecting to hear some catchy pop song and off-key singing. But instead, it's silent, except for two people talking. It's Playboy's voice, and a voice you only faintly recognize. The voice is soft and feminine. But why? It feels better. But you just said it hurts. Sorry. I guess I don't explain myself very well. How can I say this? Sorry. I'm just trying to think of a way to make it make sense. That's okay. Take your time. Alright, imagine this. Let's say I gave you a choice. You could either break your leg, or the love of your life can leave you standing at the altar. Those both sound bad. I know, sweetheart. But just choose one, okay? It's just a hypothetical. I mean, if I had to, I guess I'd rather break my leg. You hear someone in the recording snap their fingers. Bingo! Most people would, right? I would too. And that's why I do it. Yeah, it hurts. But you don't have to think about it, and if you do, it's not for long. It's so uncomplicated. Easier to live with. Simple. I would rather live with that kind of pain any day. Wouldn't you rather not hurt at all? That's not an option for me. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's not your fault. I just worry about you. Yeah, I know. But hey, it's worked for me so far, right? I guess. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I always am. Seems the recording ends there. At least we have a better idea of why Playboy is the way he is. There's a dartboard with some darts stuck into it. What? 16, 17, 6? 16, 17, 6. Oh my god, please don't tell me I have to keep this in mind again. Oh dear god, I'm just gonna make a screenshot of this. Seems like a fun game. What's the numbers mean? There's a gold-plated knight statue in the room. Not taking any chances, you punch it slightly. It rings hollow. Good. Okay, what about this little thing? A lounging seat sits on the floor. Somehow it looks comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. Yeah, that's what those are. There's a basket in the room with extra pillows and blankets. As if it wasn't cozy enough in here. What's on the table? There's a fondue fountain in the room. Curious, you sniff it. It smells perfectly clean. Darn! You were hoping you could find out if they used cheese or chocolate for it. Let's see. There's little glasses back here. Way in the back, there's a minibar tucked into the corner. If anyone could use a drink right now, it's you. But you'll wait until you're out of here first. Would rather it be celebratory than coping. Okay, cabinets. There's drawers here. Naturally, you go to snoop inside, but they're locked. You look around the drawers, and there's a touchscreen panel on the inside. It reads, my score minus your scores. Huh. God, how am I supposed to know? Hang on. How am I supposed to know? Wait, hang on. Okay, so the inner rings are supposed to be double. So, 32 plus 17, 39, 49, 49 plus 12. 49 plus 12, there'll be 51, 61. So that's 61 right there. There's another dartboard somewhere in the room. Okay. Where is the other dartboard? What the hell? Scales. A traditional scale waits here. There's nothing you need to weigh against anything else. Okay, what about the chandelier? A red chandelier hangs from the ceiling. You wonder if it's really necessary with all the lights in here already. But does give the room a charming red glow. I swear this game is more of a, escape room than a murder sim. An illuminated heart sign shines in the middle of the wall. It does not surprise you in the slightest that Playboy owns this. The couch? A soft, luxurious chaise lounge sits in the middle of the room. A comfortable centerpiece. It seems almost criminal that it's empty. But you've no time to sit. Okay, what about the pals over here? A box sits on the floor, surrounded and filled with toys, mainly of the plush variety. You dig around inside. Buried at the very bottom of the box, there's a note. Okay, gray and white is single, outer rings is double, inner ring is triple. Triple? Outer center 25, inner circle 50. PB has been teaching me dots. Maggie tried to explain it to me before, but she started talking about all sorts of crazy games never heard of before, but the basic game is really simple. I actually ordered us some new darts to make things fun. They have little shapes on the points. I decided to go for moons. PB chose hearts, of course. Maggie decided to stay old-fashioned and stuck with regular boring circles. Well, okay, they're not boring, but they're not exactly exciting either. Max can be such a stickler for tradition sometimes. Wait, what? Wait, hang on. PB has been teaching me darts, so this should be Mary. So Mary wrote this. Outer rings is double, inner rings is triple. Got it. Those shapes on the points, I decided to go for moons. Ah, man. Okay, what's back here? Large pile of large pillows. Look at it, seems very tempting. Like you want to jump right into it. Like a pile of leaves on a crisp autumn day. But you shouldn't. And you know you shouldn't. But man, do you want to. Okay, what about this thing back here? That's a painting? No, that's not quite right. The background is painted, but the dripping focus of the art piece is made up of threads, embroidered to the canvas and trailing off the frame. It's an interesting piece. And one you'd appreciate had you encountered it in an art gallery. Not here. Right, anything else? This thingy here. A picture hangs on the wall. It's strange to you that Playboy would have so many incriminating things around. Yet he seems to have been doing this all for a while. So he must feel safe in all this. Safe enough to have his face right here. How strange. The little chair thingy? There's the swinging chair. It's pretty cool. You make a mental note to get one for yourself when you get out of here. Right, okay, punching bag. A beat-up punching bag. You know exactly who's been using it. To be fair, it's not exactly hard to. The rest of Playboy's associates you've seen haven't exactly been built. Right, peacock. An elegant peacock statue. You have an idea as to why this is here. You wonder, if it were you, would you feel flattered about this being here? Huh. Something to ponder when you have the time. Rabbit. A rabbit statue. You can imagine yourself picking it up and smashing it over that asshole's head. It'd be funny. You'd take pictures. Yeah, that'd be nice. You look down at the rabbit statue. You could destroy it now. But you'd rather not deal with a bunch of broken ceramic pieces right now. What's this? A trash chute in the wall. A trash chute. How far down does this place go? You'd rather not find out. I don't think there's anything else for me to interact with aside from toil. Can I? With a beer! There's a collection of bottles in a box on the ground. You take a closer look. There are bottles of strawberry juice. Okay, what about this thingy? A small plush turtle sits on the floor. You press your hand lightly against it. It lets out a soft squeak as you do. Cute. Man, I wish, it'll just, squeak whenever we click it. Okay. So now we gotta figure out this puzzle. Damn it. Okay, hang on. So who's who? Okay, so clearly, the inner circle is triple. So 16 times 3. So 16 times 3, that'll be 48. 6 times 3, 12, plus, okay, so plus 18, plus 17. So that's the big number. I don't know whose score we're supposed to be trying to keep track of. Seems like a fun game. Okay, drawers here. Okay, my score minus your score. Oh my god. Who? Oh god damn it. Okay, hang on. Isn't there any way for me to check? You look over at a scepter mounted on the wall. You walk closer and attempt to pull it out of its mounting, but it's in there pretty tightly. A shame. It would have made a pretty cool weapon. How am I supposed to figure this out? Is there not a dartboard I'm missing? Can't be, right? Wait. Is there a dartboard somewhere I'm missing? No, clearly not. Clearly not. Is there something in here? No. There's nothing. There's the morgue? There can't be anything in the morgue, right? Wait, why? I did not check this. The vent in the room is blowing out cool air. Unfortunately for you, it's not exactly the kind of vent you can break or crawl into. Escape will have to come some other way. Oh my god. How do I get myself out of here? Okay, so there's 3 icons to take note of. It's moons, hearts, and circles. So my guess is it's supposed to be PB minus like either moons or circles, okay? And on the dartboard itself, we only have hearts and moons. So I'm guessing, okay. I'm guessing we either minus PB score, Playboy scores with like Mary's score, or we minus it off with Maggie's score. So I'm going to have to calculate this and figure that out. Okay, so calculating this, all right, Playboy had a score of 158, Mary had 29, Maggie had 83. So if that is the case, I am guessing, okay, the number should be Playboy minus Mary, right? So 158 minus 28, 158 minus 29. Okay, so it should be 129. 129. That's not it. Oh my god. Okay, what if 129? Okay, maybe it's not 129. Okay, maybe we also minus Maggie's score. So minus 83. Okay, should be 46. Oh my god, the drawer's unlocked and you dig inside. The first drawer is junk. A handheld video game console and a collection of old games. The second drawer is also junk. Bubble blowers, candy, paddle balls. And the third drawer is that my necklace? You almost can't believe it. It's your necklace. Finally! Oh no. Wait, should I be concerned or should he be concerned? I don't know who should be concerned. Holy shit, what the fuck? Playboy plummets directly to the floor, a loud thud following as he does so. For the first time since you met him, you can see panic on his face. What's the matter, big boy? You're acting like nobody ever taught you that love is violence. Before Playboy is able to get up, you pounce on him, straddling his stomach. He attempts to grab you, but you quickly grab his wrist and pin them up over his head. Now that you have your necklace back, a single hand on his wrist is enough to keep him bound in place. He doesn't say anything as you attack him. He looks like he doesn't even have the words. His eyebrows are angry, and his teeth are bad, but neither of them can hide the look of fear in his eyes. Eagerly, he traced a claw across the mark he left on his chest. Lightly at first, then he traced back up, deeper, back, down, deeper again. His face winces and cringes as he do so, pain hisses escaping from between his teeth. Normally you do this more quickly, but after everything he put you through tonight, you think you deserve to have a little fun. With your sharpest drag yet, you slice your claws between his pecs and down his torso. He lets out an even bigger hiss as tears prick the corner of his eyes and stream delicately down his face. Yet he refuses to scream or even call for help. Not even when you dig your hand into his body and snake it up towards his chest. Then you feel it, pumping panickedly in your hand. Jackpot! There we go. I told you earlier, didn't I? Holy shit! I forgot something here. Oh, what the fuck? It was a strange sight for him to be so untaught, slack. A man once so bursting with energy, now bleeding it all out. Perhaps you would have spared him if he actually returned your necklace when you prompted him. But he made his choice, and you made yours. You walk up the stairs, taking along the stuff you collected. The key card and the eyeball worked perfectly in the scanner and let you out into the VIP room as you expected. You are covered in Playboy's blood. But now that your pearl has been returned, it poses no issue. Granting a bit of illusion magic with its power, you're able to mask the blood to anyone who sees you. You calmly walk out the VIP room, move past the bar and around the dance floor. How sick. Until you're finally outside again. The music of the club becomes muffled the further you walk away from it. The crisp night air feels refreshing against your skin. You can't help but smile. The taste of victory is always sweet. And finally, true ending. Right? Yep, we got a true ending. But we still have one more thing to do. God damn it. Okay, so there's quite a few things we're going to need to do to get a bonus scene. And for that, we're gonna grab a martini. Oh, got good taste. After you place your order, Playboy follows suit. Got it. And I gotta tell him that I smoke and I love party drugs. What did you have in mind? Whatever you want. You name it, I can get it, babe. Is that so? You seem pretty confident in your repertoire. That better be. I'll contact my gal and tell her to send me up with the good stuff. Should have it ready by later tonight. Then you and I can make a real mess together. Really? Rockin'. I came to look for my necklace, but it sounds like you're trying to paint the town red. Got it. And then, I don't exercise as much as I should. I could stand to exercise more, for sure. It's just hard to find a regime that isn't totally boring sometimes, you know? Well, if you ever need a personal trainer, I wouldn't mind helping you burn some energy. Had a feeling you might say something like that. Right, and finally, I should dance, okay? And yep, most of this should be more or less the same, so I will see you when we're strapped down. Okay, so it's important to actually stay on the table until PB actually shows up. And once he actually shows up, we're supposed to ask what's the meaning of this. Meaning of this? You know, really is a shame. I had a lot of fun with you. Would have loved to take you out a bit more before we wound it up here. Yep, I know, and the rest of this is more or less the same. We gotta listen to the karaoke thingy and, like, do all the steps to get to the true ending. And my god, I'm going to need to solve all the puzzles again. God damn it! Okay, now that we're in here, we have to listen to, like, the recording in here, which we've already gone through. And I don't think there's anything else we need to do aside from just escaping and actually, like, getting the ending. So, now that I basically skipped through the true ending, let's see what this special scene is. That fucking bitch rips my heart right out my chest. Okay? How are you still alive? Fucking bitch. It's a real shame, you know. I mean, I just changed hearts last week. What a waste. Could have been worse. Could have been the lungs you swapped out yesterday. Don't even get me started on this big fucking scar. Who knows how long it'll be until Pensy can get to clean it up for me. Nah, you should keep it. Makes you look cool. You don't think it makes me look weak? Nah, it's tough. I know you didn't want to switch so soon, but how's the new heart treating you? Everything okay? Oh my god, why? Why? Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, darling. I feel like a new man. Thank you. If it weren't for you, sweetheart, I'd be a done bun. This little necklace of yours really came in handy. What? Wait a minute. Wait. Are you serious? I went through all this all over again. Wait. Just to find out there's an epilogue where he actually survives? Oh. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what the hell? Oh, so it gets him a new heart. It's kind of cute. What the hell? And Kushlunkies? Yep, Kushlunk. My god. And it even does a surgery for him. Wait, does that mean that Peacock's alive too? I have a feeling that's what it means. Yeah, boy. He's back. God damn it. How'd you ever come up with it? Doc helped me make it. Said it was a good idea. Not just good, brilliant. And speaking of brilliant, just how did you know something was up with Nina? When we were standing by her, I just got this bad feeling. Like something was missing. Like she didn't have a soul. That was her soul! Sorry, can we not talk about this anymore? Can we talk about something else? Like what? I don't know. Maybe what we're doing for dinner? Why? You hungry? Yeah. What do you want to get then? I don't know. Aw! But did I really go through all that for an explanation for how he still survives? God damn! Anyway, that was Lucky Rabbit Club. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And I do quite like this game. Like, I do like the escape room aspect of it. So, like, yeah, like, I was surprised to find out that Arcade Kitten actually made a murdersim in the first place. And it's not a bad first attempt. It's not a bad first attempt at a murdersim. Yeah, not gonna lie. Like, Playboy might have done something for me. Playboy might have done a little something for me, but I was hoping for just a little bit more spice. Just a little bit more spice. But you know what? That, like, we can't have everything we want. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.